Hi, my name is Caroline Adams, and I did a psychology scenario this year. I researched 3 different concepts. The first one was how the meaning of the word individual was changed by Psychoanalysis and Sigmund Freud. The second was the 3 parts of the brain, and the third was group conformity, its causes, and its 3 levels. So first I'm going to tell you who Sigmund Freud was and what he did. He was a psychologist, and he changed the meaning of the word individual when he created psychoanalysis in the early 1900s. He made it mean a separate identity from the rest of society with unique needs and desires, instead of what I would usually think of as just one person. Some people realized it was okay to want something different than everyone else, but because of group conformity, sometimes you're still uncomfortable showing how you are a unique individual. So, psychoanalysis is a method of psychotherapy commonly used to treat anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses. Freud would have a patient lie on a couch while he sat behind them, and he would take notes while they told him about their dreams and their childhood memories. The psychoanalyst, which wasn't always Freud, would use various techniques so the client could develop an understanding of the meaning of their symptoms. Basically, Freud wanted to make unconscious thoughts and motivations conscious to treat mental illnesses and find what caused them. So what Freud thought was the 3 main parts of the brain were the ego, the superego, and the id. The ego is kind of like the teacher that breaks up the fight between the superego and the id, and it has to work with both of them, and the superego is like the angel on your shoulder, and the id is like the devil on your shoulder. And the picture here of the iceberg shows how, where in your brain kind of are those 3 parts. So first, the ego accommodates both your id and superego. It's the rational part of your brain, and it's driven by reality and everyday experiences, and it's the conscious part of your brain. Your superego is driven by rules and the desire to do what is right according to society, so it pertains to morality, and it's responsible for your self-criticism and guilt. So when you were younger and you would take a cookie out of the cookie jar, this would cause you to feel guilty about it and maybe tell your mom what you did. And it wants to override the impulses that are caused by your id. So your id is the instinctive part of your brain, and it's also the impulsive and unconscious part. And the reason it's like that is because it's not affected by reality and logic and what happens to you every day. It's just driven by basic urges, needs, and desires. So third, I researched group conformity, and it's the effect of your ego and superego. And there are 3 levels, which I'm going to explain to you in more depth. First, the least serious level is compliance, and this is just when someone changes their public behavior but not their private beliefs. So it's short-term and usually the result of normative social influence, and it's not a big deal. It's just, when you tell a group of friends you like a song, but really you don't, you just say it because they like that song. The second level is identification. This is the middle level, and this is when a person changes their public behavior and their private beliefs, but only when they're with the group. It's also usually short-term and the result of normative social influence, so really the only difference it has from compliance is that a person also changes their private beliefs. The most serious level is internalization, and this is when someone changes their public behavior and their private beliefs, even when they're not in the presence of the group that influenced them to do so. So this one is like something big, like someone converting their religion to something else, and it's long-term and the result of informational social influence, which is when a person conforms to gain knowledge, or they think that the group they're conforming to be like is right. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching.